Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. The schools are closed again. We had exactly 2 days without rain and here we are again. This time it is all over the province. I do have some criticism again. They decided yesterday to close the schools today because it will be raining today. Dunkin' Donuts, or then the potholes, which are now all underwater, so you don't see them until you feel them, all those things. Honestly, sometimes I feel like taking my picnic basket and just go park off in the middle of nowhere until the Scotties or then the aliens beam me up. I really think people are becoming universally dumber. Anyway, while we are talking about becoming universally dumber, there are currently two topics receiving tremendous attention: AI and aliens. The way things are going, maybe we are being dumbed down purposefully because they, the elite, the one world order, whatever you want to call them, does not want us to think for ourselves. They want to put AI in charge to sort of herd us around like sheep. Maybe, allegedly. Who knows? In South Africa, it's not even necessary to spend money on AI or robots. A bucket of KFC and there you go. Now I'm joking. Or not. But it is indeed true that in Africa everything has a price. Years ago, a friend told me about the police detective with piles of cash under the mattress of the double bed in his guest room. Now, of course, South Africa is not the only country in the world where this is true, and nor is it true that trading favors money or KFC is limited to only countries known for their corruption. No, absolutely not. Other countries are just more clever and adept at hiding corruption. But it is literally rife anywhere. Give us oil and we'll give you a piece of land to build a golf course on. Give me citizenship or a title and I'll give you millions for your pet project. The only difference between South Africa or South Africans and the people of other nations are that here we see it for what it is and we call it what it is. We don't go, oh, it's okay, it's all going to charity. No, charities are often the most corrupt or used by the most corrupt to cover up their lies, their fraud and manipulation. And again, it happens everywhere. We are all so into what happened to St. Barley and what is happening to Invictus, we absolutely forget that it is merely part of the overall rot. A George Grey fell on his sword and went to jail for 3 years. Here in South Africa, we are once again faced with the matter of cash in a couch at Cyril Ramaphosa's game farm. And in England, you had Prince Charles and his shopping bags full of cash. All the same thing. Of course, in Cyril's case, it was money for game he sold. What else? And of course, Charles gave all the money he received, every cent of it, to charity. Now, I'm not saying either story does not have some element of truth in it. Maybe Cyril did sell a deer or two for cash. Not unusual in rural settings, but a couch stuffed with money? Really? If it was so above board, why not go to a bank and pay it in? And Charles? He did not even buy a coffee or a tie from that money? Really? Let's put it this way. If you believe both stories are 100% true, then I have a bridge to sell you, and one which will be built like 180 years from now, because that's how it works here, okay? They couldn't build one in 180 years, maybe in the next 180 they can. I don't know. Anyway, so there's no point in thinking you are intellectually superior just because your ancestors put my ancestors in concentration camps. We're all the same, with the same struggles. Blue blood, my dear, is not a colour. It refers to a social standing. But at the end of the day, we all bleed red. Okay, so Birmingham has a new mayor, Councillor Zawar Iqbal, born in Mirpur Azad, Kashmir. His parents relocated to England 50 years ago. Now, like I said to my friend, one of these days they'll give Charles a tent and 2 camels and go sing prayers from Buckingham Palace balcony. That's the next thing I see happening. Now, okay, maybe some of you won't find that funny and you'll think it's a horrific joke. But in my life and in the life of my children, we had friends and colleagues who are or were Muslim, but South Africa is different. We are from such diverse backgrounds to begin with. In my ancestry, you will find British, Scottish from my paternal side, and German Dutch from my mother's side. This means that we do not, my friends can say what they want, but it is the truth. We do not have the type of identity the British have. The British identity, the culture, the law, and the language. As a child, I spoke Afrikaans and English fluently, but could also understand German and Zulu and even speak a bit of each. For us, as South Africans, the most important is to maintain a peaceful coexistence. Whereas in England, the English do have a specific culture and language to fight for. So I hope none of you, including my South African friends, are actually angry at me for a little joke, because sometimes I do get a little cockeyed and, because I care too much and because of my own frustration and things that I see and hear and even recognize, because my country has already gone through the same thing. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and let me tell you, the t-shirt's not always soft and 100% cotton, okay? Sometimes it is slinky nylon, which makes you sweat and itch. I see Meghan Markle has a new video and photographs out on her Instagram. I don't know what to say. I'm first going to say something nice. I like almost everything she wore in the video. But goodness, what a vibe. Let me first say this. It is the most boring, 30 seconds? Well, I don't know. The most boring 30 seconds I have ever watched in my entire life. And it is supposed to advertise her candles and her jam, but it is so boring. Meghan even looks bored in the video. She really looks like a rich, bored housewife. walking from room to room with a tea, staring out the window, blah, blah, blah. Not relatable to her audience and customers at all, and I mean at all. The next thing which really popped into my head was that she is such a bad actress. She can't even play herself. And then the overall theme. In the 80s, there was this phase. I know it had a specific name, but I just cannot remember what it was. But it consisted of this, I don't know what to say, a sort of luxurious white on white decor, very Miami Vice, sort of tacky chic. To counteract the monotony of the white on white, designers played, for instance, with textures, silk and velvet and plush carpeting, and then they paired this white on white with veined marble, large mirrors, large pieces of furniture, cream-colored stone, polished brass, and wicker. Little wicker baskets in the bathroom holding the towels, that kind of thing. Now, that is exactly the impression Megan and her decor and her products actually give. Very, very yesteryear. Very, very 80s. For instance, those wide-legged denim pants is exactly, it is exactly what I wore in the 80s. And I loved it, and I will wear it again. But Megan is just so 80s in it. And I think it's the combination of the pants and the Stepford wife hairstyle. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just remain flabbergasted at how much Megan is in love with herself. I really cannot comprehend it at all. Every normal emotion we have for our loved ones, be it our husbands, our wives, or our children, Meghan Markle has for herself. I do not see her display it to anyone else the way she displays it towards herself. She really has like a very skewed image of who she is, what she looks like, well, of herself. She's definitely not seeing what we are seeing. It really is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. Now, I can tell you, I believe she went for some other training. No amount of training or treatment will ever fix Megan. It is not possible. I sit here and I keep shouting, just be, Megan, just be. Stop acting, just be a human being. But she can't. She can't. She's literally acting 24/7. She cannot just forget about herself and just be. Anyway, guys, so in the beginning of the video I spoke about it, and while narrating, the weather has indeed turned. We had a 5-hour reprieve, but now it is coming down in buckets again. Now, I lived in this area for 16 years, and because it's a dry area, we do get floods. We do. Our ground is hard and it doesn't absorb the volumes of water if it comes down very quickly. But things like this, I have indeed never seen before in this area. It is not like it comes down in buckets for, say, 5 hours and then it's over. No, it just keeps on pouring and pouring and pouring, day in, day out, day in, day out. It's terrible. I don't know how to explain this to you. I know in England you will have rain for days on end, but it's this soft, constant rain. This is not it either. It just pours down hard for hours and hours and hours, day after day after day. You get an hour or two reprieve, and then it's the same thing. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can't get into my garden. I battle to feed the poor birds because it's just mud. And the mud is running everywhere. Anyway, quite frankly, it can stop now. Enough is enough. Okay, guys, I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, please take good care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye.